do a little video here to show how long you can really work with this glue when you're gluing vinyl. Because you may not realize it, but when you work with the clear, you can really see how you can work with it for really kind of a few minutes. It depends on how thick the glue is. If it's fairly thin, then if you put on, you know, not quite as much glue, then it's gonna set faster. But if you have more, like a thicker application of glue, then you'll actually get a little more time to work with it. So it just depends on how much glue there is. But I'm putting it on pretty thick, and it kind of helps to fill in the uneven surfaces I'm dealing with, but number two, it also gives me kind of time to work with it, which is really nice, because this material, I'm working like on the back side of a factory seam, and the material, I got to kind of pull it and work with it. And so you can see, you know, like I can sit here and I'm not really in like a super hurry, because I've got, with as much glue as I put down, I probably have at least 2 or 3 minutes that I can sit here and kind of work with it and mold it. And as long as I keep putting pressure on it, I can basically get rid of all of the air bubbles and make it look real nice. Granted, I put, you know, enough glue down. But it's interesting stuff. Basically, you know, it kind of turns tacky, but even when it's tacky, it still will bond. I keep going back and reworking this other piece here. This was actually glued even before I started the video. And see, I can keep putting pressure, and then it'll lay back down. And so you can see it's almost kind of like you're dealing with like clay. You can kind of like push it, and you see I just accidentally pushed that way. It stretches when the glue kind of breaks it down, and then it kind of turns it into almost like a putty. So you can really kind of work with it, and you really need to, because if you give up on it, if you glue it and then walk away, it may bubble up, it may not lay flat and do what you want it to do. But if you kind of work with it for a couple minutes, it'll turn out real nice. So anyway,